think we are ready to start. We're gonna start the timer as soon as we press new game. So, yes, 3, 2, 1, go. Now we're gonna get the FMV I was thinking about. The audio should be alright. Let me know if it's too loud. And if the game is gonna give us problems with this version, this time I mean, I can go and where is it? Oh, I can hook up my PAL PS1 and play this version. This is the UK version.
Great Commander, this way.
So, this is her. Indeed. Put her in custody. Is this really necessary?
It is His Majesty, Emperor Dole's command to take that girl into custody.
Who is she?
That is not your concern.
Talking about the music, I think there's an interview that was done by one of the composers pretty recently that talked about the process behind the compositions of this soundtrack. One of the two composers that is still alive, because unfortunately one of the composers is dead, has passed away. And it's pretty interesting because, yeah, I think I'm gonna, as soon as we get the chance, I'm gonna link it to you. Takeo Miratsu is one of the two composers, if I'm not mistaken. He is unfortunately not with us anymore. And they never met. During the music developmental process. Chapter 1, Serdian War. They met only after the game was released. Are you a mercenary of Basil? I remember thinking this scene was pretty sick back in the days when I saw it for the first time. A Durgan. Oh, I forgot to do something. Hang on a second. I forgot to switch the title, change the title. We're gonna go with we're gonna call this the Faust Asked to Die edition. We're gonna stream on the retro category. The title should have changed for y'all too. Are you ready? Wait, let me see. Is there Oh, another thing that I liked about this game is the fact that the menu has its own theme. I don't think there's a way to run automatically. Sound more short. No. Okay, too late.
Double lash.
Did I tell you all about the incredibly bad Italian dub that this game received? Because this game received a very, very bad dub. And I think it's literally the only JRPG that was dubbed in Italian too. Nobody but it's not as bad as other English dubs. Very little spoken dialogue though. Yes, but all the additions, of course, are voice acted. Double slash, I think, was translated as doppio colpo, which is literally double is doppio, slash is, it would be double hit if with a literal translation from Italian to English. Like King Albert is particularly Mimi in Italian. But that's also the reason why this game is so highly regarded here in Italy. This is a cult classic in Italy. Like, I'm pretty sure that if they're gonna remake this game, the majority of the copies are gonna be sold here in Italy. Yeah, we have to rescue Shana. No, 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 no. Burnout. Let's save. First save file. Oh yeah, this one is limited to 3, right? Yeah, the game tells you how many Stardusts you have. What's my timing with breaks and announcements? I know, right? What's up, Boom Cannon? You think it's one of the best JRPGs on the PS1 top 10 for sure? I mean, I haven't played a lot of JRPGs on the PS1. There are still so many JRPGs I'm missing, but it's definitely a game that I liked when I played it. I liked it again when I replayed it, because I played this at launch. I played it a couple of years after again, when I got my copy. And it's a game that I definitely want to go through again. I think it does a lot of cool things. I like the soundtrack. The story has always been pretty interesting to me. You know, the Black Monsters mystery, for example, is something I remember very vividly. This is one of my favorite battle theme on PS1. Silvershot, did I say hello to you? I don't think I did. How's it going? You still haven't played this? Everyone claims it's amazing though. It is a good game in my opinion. Yeah, 21. It's good.
Yes. Double slash.
Double slash. One thing that I like, and I'm gonna show it now, is the guard mechanic. The small heal you get when you guard.
Here.
Still gonna guard. Gonna get a little bit of health back.
Here.
I'm not gonna use burnout here.
Double slash.
There's no need.
Here.
15. Now we can take another attack.
Double.
Yeah, we're doing good with additions so far. Of course, we're gonna fail terribly when some of the harder ones are gonna come into play.
Yes. Double slash.
Okay. First magic attack of the game. Ouch. Okay, you know what? I think we're gonna heal ourselves here.
Here. Yes. Double slash.
It also has some very, very cool areas. Ooh, 2 healing potions. Very good. Gonna level up. And the Volcano edition. Now, if I remember correctly, it's not always good to switch to a new edition as soon as you get it. I don't remember if you need to level up all of your additions to a certain level to get the last one. We're gonna stick to double slash for now. No. I might be wrong though. They're working on finish up your yearly playthrough of Golden Sun 2. Yearly playthrough? I like me some yearly playthroughs. I used to do that with Xenoblade. Let's go back and save. I'm pretty sure this is not a missable Stardust, and I don't want to risk it. Alright, Alex Gamer, thank you very much for having kept us company. Really appreciate it. See you tomorrow, I guess, or next time. Have a nice rest of your day. It can be tempting to switch because the new Warden is talking. Yes, exactly. Okay, I think, let me see. Let's check. Let's talk with you first. Playing on him makes it easy. 100% every quickly love the mechanics and story. I know that I can play 1 and 2 for sure. Like, I can play Golden Sun 1 and 2. I still have a problem with Golden Sun 3, like the one on the DS. It's still a problem. It's not emulatable, unfortunately, to this day. And I don't have access to streaming ready DS. So I'm gonna play the first one. After this game and Wild Arms 2, then if the second one gets picked, we're gonna play that. I cannot promise anything about the third game, unfortunately. Yeah, there's definitely some nostalgia coming back as I listen to this song and see these scenes. Can I not enter here? I can enter here. Let me enter. Now, Master Tasman is the tutorial character, if I remember correctly. We're not gonna go through the tutorial. We're gonna relearn how to play this game as we progress, but if you ever feel the need to learn how additions works, how counterattacks work, because sometimes, every addition is done by pressing X with a specific timing. Sometimes you have to press circle, and I think that's when the enemy tries to counter. So you stop the counter or you guard the counter. That's literally it. That's the only difference instance we're gonna see in this game. Master, don't be silly. Right, so the Stardust should be, I think it's here somewhere. Right? Yep. First Stardust. I think we're good. No, 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 no. Oh man, Fruegel. What a nice character. Oh, that's right. This game also has a different theme on the world map, depending on which disc you are at the moment. This is the first disc music. Do you remember which one is my favorite? I think disc 2? You are the merchant, right? Yeah. Actually, yes. 52, right? To be honest. No, charm potions, I don't need it. Now, okay. Now, another couple of things. One thing I don't like, one thing I like. I don't like the limited inventory. That's because I suck at it. Like, I suck at games with a limited inventory mechanic. Another example is Grandia. I had a lot of problems with the first Grandia game. And one thing that I like is when it comes to the encounters, you get random encounters, of course, because JRPG were built like that back in the days. But you can see when you're about to get an encounter because the arrow will change the color as soon as you're about to get into an encounter. When it gets red, be prepared, because that's what's gonna happen. At the moment, I don't remember any other JRPGs that does this. Yeah, limited inventory is something I don't like, personally. Am I dying? I am dying. I have to heal myself.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the famous assassin cock. Let's heal.
Yes. Double lash.
Oh, you heard me all right. Now another thing that, if I remember correctly, in this game, it's very hard to level up. Like, the amount of EXP you get from the enemies, I think you are level 40 or something by the end of the game. Or even less than that. Okay, we're missing a burnout, which is this one.
Yes. Double.
Man, I can't wait to get my second and third character.
Yes. Double lash.
The guide suggests to level up to level 4. I think I'm gonna do that in the... well, I guess I could do that here. Oh yeah, we're gonna get a flashback here. I remember the encounter rate being fair in this game, nothing too excessive.
Yes! Double slash! Yes! Double slash! Yes! Double slash! Yes! Double slash! Yes! Double slash!
Nice. Let me see. Additions. Okay, 15. Not a 20. Okay, we're gonna stick to this. I'm tempted, to be honest. I'm tempted to just stick to every addition until it gets to level 5 and then switch to the other one. But we'll see.
Yes! Double slash!
Welcome to the stream. Is it Josudora or Yosudora? I don't want to butcher the name. I don't remember. Can you save on the war map? I think you can, right? Yeah. It's a good game. It's a good game based on what I remember about it, which is a playthrough of 15 years ago. It's a good game. In fact, I'm surprised by the amount of stuff I remember already about the game. Here, as I was saying before, here in Italy, this game is definitely a cult classic. Like, I'm pretty sure there's no JRPG fan here that doesn't know about this game. I think it's the only JRPG that received an Italian dub. That definitely influenced the people. Okay, there are no encounters here. Pretty sure. God, it's just a question, dude. First, let's save. Boom, boom, boom. Let's get this burnout. Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You are talking to someone that is not a native speaker, so I tend to butcher a lot of words. You will never be belittled if you say something grammatically wrong here. Don't worry. But as I was saying, is it Josudora or Yosudora? What's the correct pronunciation? And again, welcome to the stream. The first, Josudora, okay.
Yes. Double slash.
You know what? Let's just guard. Let's use this battle to refill our health. The guard mechanic in this game is a very valuable mechanic. Because again, you can get healed by it. So instead of using precious healing potions at the start, you might as well just spend some time guarding yourself. You're gonna get half damage, so don't worry. Combat system is fun, like the Legend of Legaia. I haven't played Legend of Legaia yet. I know the battle system is all about creating combos. I think the battle system in this game is definitely fun. Like, it was definitely something new back in the days. Like, how many JRPGs out there were doing a time-based attack battle system? Not many, to be honest. I think the Paper Mario series was the other one, but that's it. The other stuff came after. Legaia is on my list. Like, you can definitely take a look at the list here. These are all games that can get picked by people at some point. Yeah, let's just refill all of our HP. If you type in schedule, you can see the games we're gonna play from now on. Beaten, the ones we have played.
Yes. Double slash.
In fact, we have finished already one game today. East 9 Monstrum Nox. So we're gonna play a couple of hours of this, and then tomorrow we're gonna resume with normal streams with this game, of course. I play one game at a time. I don't switch to other games. Thanks for the follow. Okay, merchant. You have items. Yeah, buy something. So I think you sell reviving items, right? Yeah, Angel's Prayer. We're gonna buy a couple. One is enough, I think. And maybe we're gonna buy a couple of spark nets. We are already halfway through our inventory, unfortunately. Dum, dum, dum. Now, just as the guide says, oh, by the way, since this is not the first playthrough for me, I'm using a guide for the 100% because I do want to fight every optional boss. I do want to do every side quest. Normally, on first playthroughs, I don't use guides. I don't allow backseating. In this case, though, backseating, or at least suggestions, are allowed. Hints are allowed, because I've already played this and beaten the game. Have I got the next attack? Yes, but I decided for now to stick to double slash, because to get the last edition you need to level up all the other ones. So what I'm gonna do for now, I'm gonna level up one edition at a time. For now. I'll decide what to do later. Hey King, how's it going? This was a great game except for the additions. Personally, I liked the additions. At the time, it was definitely something I hadn't seen. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I mean, today we got a release date for Xenoblade 3, so I couldn't be any better, to be honest. Okay, so I'm pretty sure we can avoid every single enemy here that is on the screen, but I'm gonna fight all of them. I don't know if this guard gets replaced, but we need EXP. We need to level up our additions, so let's just fight everything. But you can avoid that guard. You can avoid all of the guards. You need to grind, yes. I remember one specific boss fight in this game that is gonna be a pain in the butt if you are under-leveled. At least, that's what I remember. And that's gonna be on disc 3?
Yes. Double slash.
Oh yeah, the lag can be a problem with the additions. Will I collect all Stardust to fight fast? Yes, this is a fast playthrough. I never fought fast on my old playthroughs, so it's gonna be new territory for me, but we're gonna get all the Stardusts and we're gonna fight fast as the ultimate challenge. That's why I'm following a guide, because I don't remember where all the Stardusts are.
Yes. Double slash.
But yeah, the lag is a problem with this game. If you play this game on an HD TV without a proper scaler that can mitigate the lag, good luck. Okay, this is the exit. Alright, Spartacus, thank you very much for having joined us. Have a good night. See you tomorrow, I guess, or next time. I'm definitely gonna stream tomorrow, so if you're gonna be here, I'll be happy. I know how you like this game.
Double slash.
I think we're gonna level up double slash to level 2 here.
Double slash.
If not now, it's the next battle. Let me see just. Okay, we can jump this. Perfect. Does this reset the guards? No, actually. Right? Doesn't reset the guards. Let me see if there's anything I've missed. There shouldn't be Stardusts until Baal, so we're good in that regard. I'm gonna fight you.
Double slash.
I think the worst addition I remember from this game, at least that was very hard to master for me, was Gust of Wind Dance. I think you get it after you get King Albert. I guess you could potentially get it if you level up with Lavitz enough. Favorite character? Probably Rose, story-wise. I have a soft spot for Kongal. To be honest, I just like the design of Kongal. But I think Rose is my favorite character. I like her theme. I like her role in the story. A character that I used a lot on my first playthrough, and I'm probably gonna butcher his name because I don't remember how it is pronounced. It's Ashel, the old man. I just like punching people with him. He was a mainstay in my party. Fight me. Meru, Dart, and King Albert. I never use King Albert a lot because I think I have a lot of problems with these additions. Like I couldn't master them properly. I use Maru is another character I used quite enough. I don't remember what was my final party 15 years ago, to be honest. I think Rose was in it, for sure. Like, she's gonna be in my... If she's available, she's gonna be in my party. I'll probably try to use all of the characters if I can. You know, there's something that I was never able to get with Kongol. I don't know if it's me just sucking with it, or Kongol not having that available to him. So when you get the Dragoon, you get two things you can do: magic or physical attack. And you can, if you press like X at the right time when the circle goes around for physical attack, you can get a full combo. I was never able to get Kongol's last hit. Never. I don't know if it just doesn't have it, if it was me being bad at the game. I was good with the other characters. I was never been able to do that with Kongol.
Yes. Double slash.
I don't think I used Miranda at all, to be honest.
Yes.
Maybe at first when you get her.
Yes. Double slash.
I think I used basically Dart, Rose, and Heschel for the entirety of my last playthrough when they were available. Maybe I should start healing. Okay, let's fight. In fact, let's heal. We're about to get Lavitz, so battles are gonna become faster and faster. Okay, 55 should be enough.
Yes. Yes. Double slash.
Dart, Rose, and Albert. Second, they tried everyone and settled on Dart, Rose, and Miranda.
Yes.
I don't remember, is Miranda a good magician? I think she is, because she's definitely not a physical attacker. I think she's supposed to be the magician, right? Just like Shana. I don't remember. Oh, you already have everything on. Another Angels player. Doot, 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 doot. Um. Oh wait, let's fight.
Yes! Double slash! Yes!
Come on. Be faster, me. Ouch.
Yes! Double slash!
We're about to level up. Okay, we are level 2. Let's level up and then we're gonna continue.
Yes! Double slash!
Let's heal back.
Yes! Yes! Double slash!
All right. Level up. Oh boy, get ready. Oh yeah, these two die. That's true, they don't get saved. Yep. I had removed the fact that these two actually die. You think they're safe? Nope. They get killed. Alright. Our official first party member. Harpoon! And Harpoon became a meme with Grayson during his playthrough.
Yes. Double flash. Harpoon. Yes. Double flash. Yes. Double flash. Harpoon.
Also, if I remember correctly, the monster they were gonna get feet to is a boss fight in this game, which I think has a trick to it. If I remember correctly, like you can basically I don't remember if you can skip the boss fight, but you can make that boss fight trivial by using one item. Do 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 do. Another thing that I like in this game is the relationship between Dart and Lavitz. And now it evolves. Of course, if you play this game, you know what happens to Lavitz halfway through. And what happens towards the end of the game. I like the friendship that gets created between both of them.
Yes. Double flash.
A true example of bromance.
Harpoon. Yes. Harpoon.
I'm probably gonna get 85% of these game's additions. There will always be, even the easiest one, there will always be the ones that I'll miss. That's not Shana. I'm pretty sure.
Harpoon! Yes! Double lash! Harpoon!
Oh, maybe Lavitz is gonna level up before we exit this place. Or before they reach the boss. Oh, what were you saying? What were you saying? A Sparknet. Could have fought that guard.
Harpoon! Yes! Double lash!
What level I am at the moment with double slash? Level 3. I think 5 is the max level, right? Okay, this should be closed. Yep, we need the key. A sparkling item. I wonder what that is. Yep, and I need to find Shana. What a coinky dink. Bye. Time to go and get our third party member. Oh, I wanted to fight. Okay. Okay. I think this goes in circles, so. Get everything. See? someone with a positive attitude. Hell yeah.
Yes! Double slash!
Okay, we should heal. We should definitely heal. Ouch, my mistake. Stop throwing magic at me. He is. I don't think... I mean, I think all the physical attackers in this game are somewhat slow. Like Congo, for example, is super slow. It has amazing physical defense, but good god, he's slow and he get melted by magic. But yeah, Lavitz is slow, unfortunately. Well, I like this song. So, Shana, no additions. She does not have access to the addition mechanic. She's basically the mage slash healer. She doesn't get to fight in this battle. After this, if I remember correctly, she joins our party officially. Because she is a party member for the boss fight. Yep. She's a healer and item user. Occasionally, you can use her as a physical attacker if you want. Which is what I'm gonna do, especially at the beginning. You know, I think I'm gonna switch to Volcano for the boss fight, and then I'm gonna switch back to Double Slash after the boss fight. What a convenient bow. Yep, leather fight. And another one. This is Fruegel's hobby. Throwing guards off the bridge. Now, let me see. There shouldn't be anything else here, right? Let's check every cell again. These freaking guards are faster than me. All of them.
Yes! Double slash! Yes! Double slash!
Shana killed, yep. Like the fact that their win animation is basically her saying, "Ooh, I did it." This is her cell, right? Yeah. Okay. This is the other chest I was looking for. I like the fact that they teased the boss fight that happens here later right now. So, if I remember correctly, I can get to the merchant without triggering the boss fight. I'm gonna save it just in case because I want to heal for the fight. And I want to switch to Volcano for the boss fight. Just let me see. Unless I'm very close. No, I'm not close. I mean, I guess I can stick to double slash. I don't know. We'll see. Volcano does more damage. Yeah, let's buy a couple of these. I'm gonna use one right now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try with double dash. With double slash, sorry. Item, use it. Healing potion. Should be good. Oh no, we triggered the boss fight right away. Okay. No, I just gave them the order. Let's do physical attacks for now.
Yes. Double slash.
Yeah, I said it. There is one thing I like for sure about this game is the music. A lot of these songs from this soundtrack are on my pre-stream playlist.
Yes. Double slash.
Okay, now he's gonna bring the other guards. Let's use SparkNet. Now you've seen how magic works in this game. Ouch. I think Lavitz can guard on the next turn.
Yes. Double slash.
Ouch. Don't power up. Don't do that. Let's guard. God. Please, Fruegel, please. Okay.
Yes. Double slash.
Oh yeah, you powered up, that's why. That's good. You guard. You guard again. Gotta take this slow. Okay, now you're gonna do the magic attack. Okay, Lavitz, you're about to die. You are about to die. I don't want to risk it. Pretty sure Fruegel is not the next one. Okay. Alright. Let's do this for now.
Yes. Double slash. Harpoon.
I risked it. I was not expecting Fruegel to go after Lavitz. You can guard now.
Harpoon.
Perfect.
Yes. Double slash. Harpoon. Yes. Double slash.
Yeah, let's just stick to physical attacks for now. He's almost dead.
Yes. Double slash.
Alright. Those are a lot of healing potions. I don't remember if the drops are random. I'm talking about the amount of healing potions you get. I think you get the Knight's Shield every time, though. Opinion Cane. Oh, this enemy, that's right.
Yes! Double slash! Harpoon!
Well, let's save first. Enter the Prairie. Yo, Jim. Yup. Dragoon. How's it going, Jim? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Run. Should be... I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm a little bit tired because I got back from a 3 days trip out of town for Easter. And I didn't have the chance to rest a lot. Tomorrow I have to go back to work. Yay. Who doesn't want to do that? Am I right? It sucks. Thankfully though, I'm gonna get a longer weekend this week because Monday is national festivity here in Italy. Liberation Day. April 25, 25th, yes. And April 30 is my birthday, so I might take that Saturday off. For another longer weekend. Do 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 do. Let me see if there's anything. Ouch. Yeah, maybe I should equip some stuff on my characters.
Yes! Double slash! Harpoon!
Do 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 do. Spinning Gale. Definitely gonna get this. We're definitely gonna get this. No, 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 no. Hey, Axelrod.
Yes.
Yep.
Double lash.
What is wrong with you? I'm playing the game you picked.
Harpoon.
30 seconds behind the stream? The darkest of the timelines for you today, huh? How's it going? Yeah, today we started the stream by watching the trailer for Xenoblade 3 because I haven't watched it yet. Then we switched to East 9. We just had the final boss left. So I finished that and basically like 1 hour and 40 minutes ago. So I decided, hey, you know what? Instead of having a shorter stream, let's just start the Legend of Dragoon. I think we're gonna finish at least Limestone Cave today. Yeah, I mean, usually I don't finish and start a new game on the same stream because I tend to split every part properly. But it was too early to call it off for today. You saw the announcement of Xenoblade 3, but you're avoiding any trailers. The trailer for today was like 2 minutes. There's definitely some story stuff they showed. Some really cool stuff. I'm not gonna say it if you don't want to know. We saw a little bit of the gameplay. Definitely Xenoblade-y. That's all I'm gonna say. Based on what I've seen, I think we're gonna have another situation where the game is gonna drop on us a lot of tutorials like Xenoblade 2. You want to know? Well, let me say this, Jim. It's something very hype based on what I've seen. Does it look more like 1 or 2? It's a mix. So far, it seems like it's gonna be a mix between 1 and 2. You're really hoping to get yourself on a Xenoblade story before September, so the move up in the release date is a little unfortunate. Well, I mean, I was about to replay Xenoblade 1. I don't think I'll be able to do that. Like, I was about to put Xenoblade 1 after Golden Sun, but it's probably gonna be around... I mean, I guess I could do that. It depends. Depends how much it's gonna take me to play Wild Arms 2 and Golden Sun. Here you go. It's not happening. I mean, I know me. Yeah, I know me. It's not gonna happen. Now we're gonna get some Black Monster lore. Do, 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 do. You still have never fought the Lalon beat boss? Me neither. I've played this game twice. I never even attempted boss. Because I don't think I've ever followed a playthrough to get all the Stardust. Because you need all the Stardust to get to Faust. So this time I wanna challenge myself and try to beat Faust. Not only that, if I remember correctly, this game has super bosses, Faust and the armor poltergeist on the snowy mountains. I don't remember the name of the area. I think it's Disc 3. It's a armor enemy that can incapacitate your characters. Pretty annoying. And that is considered an optional boss fight. I think it drops the best sword for Dart. And then we have the optional bosses like the old Dragoons. Those, I have beaten them, I'm pretty sure. It's one of the saddest parts of this game. Well, to be honest, everything connected to Rose is pretty sad. Especially the water dragoon, which is basically just a child. I've always found that part pretty sad. Your last message got eaten. Am I going to get the ultimate war god on the ghost ship? I don't remember. How do you get it? On the Ghost Ship, I do remember a sort of mini game that has... Oh, the number puzzle. Okay. So it's always the ultimate war god? Because I knew it was gonna be some random accessory. Like, is it always the ultimate war god in that chest? I think I'm gonna try it. If I remember correctly, you have unlimited tries per combination. No, wait, you have a limited tries, but every like 4 or 5 tries the combination changes. So it's not, technically it's not missable. But it's annoying. Because if you miss the combination on the first, I think it's 4 or 5 tries, you have to go back to the kitchen. You have to do it a few times and you get some sort of the accessories and items. The last part, you get 2 tries to get it before the combination resets. Yeah, and I think it's something like you get 4 numbers, but you only have to use 3, and you don't know the order. So technically you have to basically guess the 3 numbers you need, and you have to choose the right order. Numbers can be the same. Yeah, it's pretty annoying as a minigame, but we'll try to do that. But yeah, as I was saying, talking about optional stuff, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do the old Dragoons. We're gonna do the armor enemy. We're gonna do Faust. Luckily, I won't miss any Stardust. I have a guide for that. I think the wolf is a side quest, like what's the name? Kamui? The wolf with the little kid. I think it's, is it mandatory? I don't remember if it is mandatory or not. I think that's main story. I think you do it after you get Miranda. Well, I can link you this. Originally, I thought, since I had already played the game, to spice the playthrough a little bit with the retro achievements. This is the, not this one, because this game has a retro achievement set, but I couldn't create a proper overlay in time. So you can check the achievement set for this game. There are some interesting ones, like some boss fights that have to be done differently. But at the end, I decided to do it normally, like a normal playthrough, no achievements. Maybe in the future. You discover the streamer will beat the game without items or reviving. Ooh. I can see not using reviving items if you're good enough, but not using healing items, especially at the start. I guess you need to be very careful with guarding. Like, also battles are going to take way more time because you're going to spend a lot of time guarding to refill your HP Okay, I think... Let's move on. Wait, can we actually heal ourselves here? Yeah. I mean, guarding in this game is particularly useful because you also get healed. Not only you get minimum damage. Man, there's gotta be a lot of wasted turns guarding if you don't want to use items.
Yes! Double lash!
Do 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 do. Let me see how much until level 4. We're about to eat. Oh, we're going towards level 5. And Lavitz. Okay. That red achievement list looks pretty brutal. It is. I mean, there are some boss fights I've seen. There are some achievements related to boss fights that are pretty harsh. It's not the hardest list I've seen. So far on retro achievements, I got a full set for A Link to the Past and the first Tomba game. On hardcore, because you can choose to get those achievements on normal mode or hardcore mode. Hardcore mode is basically no save states, no speeding with the emulator. Those functions are disabled, so you can't cheat. Can't wait to get the axe. Axe from Shack. I like the fact that it is specified. It's not a simple axe. It's the axe from the shack. Doo -doo. Oh, don't worry. We succeeded in what we had to do. But yeah, retro achievements has some cool stuff, also some very hard stuff. Like, I've seen some Mega Man sets and you get stuff like finish the game without getting hit once. I don't think I'm ever gonna try and do that. Especially not stuff like Mega Man 1.
Yes. Double slash.
That hurts.
Harpoon.
They include that in Mega Man 9 and 10 as an achievement trophy. Oh, God. Stuff is... Ugh. Is there... Okay. Yeah. Hey, Tezia, welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's heal again. Yeah, I started a couple of hours ago. We'll steal early into the game. Do, do, do.
Yes. Double slash.
The music is so perfect. You listen to the OST when you sleep, at least most of it. The OST might be my favorite thing about The Legend of Dragoon. It's definitely one of my favorite PS1 OSTs. There are so many tracks I still find myself appreciating to this day. Especially the most somber ones. Like Shana's theme, Rose's theme. Especially Rose's theme. It's one of my favorite ones. It's definitely one of the highlights of this game. Because they're slipping the music for 14 years. In fact, I think the other day I saw a copy on eBay of the soundtrack. I don't know why I didn't pull the trigger. I would love to own the physical version of this game's OST. The price was not even that high. Yeah, that's one of the. I can do the same with certain games. Like, I just need to hear the music and I know exactly what you're doing. That's why I tend to not listen to soundtracks of games I have not played. Because to me, music is pivotal to a game experience. Like, I need to listen to a song from a video game while playing the video game and embracing what is happening. And at that point, the song is no more just music, but it's feelings, it's memories. It's more than that.
Yeah. Double lash.
Sometimes a song can be technically not impressive, you know, just 4 or 5 notes repeated in a loop, but the scene that is accompanied by that song is so relevant to you, so impactful, that that song becomes special. Man, Lavitz is such a bro. Oh, there's nothing here. Pretty sure. Limestone Cave. Of course, I get into a fight right after a save. Boss Battle 3 is where it's at for you. Is Boss Battle 3 the... It's that one, right?
Yeah. Double lash. Harpoon.
Yeah, the Mirage Dole fights. Okay. Yeah, that's a banger. I mean, this game has, like, if we exclude the tracks I talked about, like, you know, the sad themes and stuff like that. I mean, in its simplicity, I love Darth's theme. It's just... It's one of those things that you're like, hell yeah. We're about to rock this game. Let me see. Oh, I bet. Are there any official arrangements, like official albums? I don't think there are. 'Cause I'm pretty sure I looked up stuff from this game. I don't think there are any official arrangement albums. Oh, don't worry. Don't worry.
Yes. Double slash.
I don't think there's anything official besides the OST, which sucks. But I was talking about it before. I don't think. Let me see if I can find it. This recent interview with Dennis Martin, one of the two composers, as I was saying, unfortunately, the other composer, Takeo Miratsu, has died, has left us. Years ago. But it talks about the process behind the composition of the soundtrack for this game. Wait, did I miss anything?
Yes.
I think I missed something. Yeah, it is very recent, actually. I was surprised to see it, to be honest.
Yes. Double slash. Harpoon.
Ooh, Poison Guard. Aiming for getting Lavitz final edition? Probably. I think King Albert gets everything from Lavitz, right? If I remember correctly, all the progress. Oh, that's right. This freaking thing. I think I'm gonna try and get everyone's final edition. That's why I'm still using double slash. Let me go back and check something before I proceed. No, I got everything here. You can get it before Firebrand? Really? I might do that. I'm trying to not concentrate about grinding too much at the moment for additions. I mean, I'm just gonna fight stuff and what happens, happens. But I might do that. Because I don't think I've ever gotten Lavitz final edition at that point of the game.
Yes. Double slash.
Oh, don't worry. I know the feeling. As yeah, I know the feeling of having to type on mobile. Ew. We got this. Come on. Do I have to go up? I think. Do it from here, right? Yep. You're doing it right now? Ooh, bastard sword. Ungodly amount of patience on Kiju back in the day. So, would you say that The Legend of Dragoon is that game for you, like the game you have most feelings for?
Yes.
Like, would you consider it your favorite game? What? I think we're gonna get a body purifier very soon. Yeah, as I was saying before, I like the game enough that I got me. Where did I put it? Well, I got me a physical copy back in the day. Oh, there we go. A UK copy back in the days for $40. Yeah, I mean, I do have it. I don't. Do accessories negate status effects if you already have them? As in, if I equip the poison guard on Lavitz, is the poison gonna get cured? Yeah. So I'm gonna wait for the body purifier, because the boss here is pretty annoying with poison. There we go. Maybe I'm gonna wait until I get. No, let's use it now. Detoxified. The Dragoon harbors the more enjoying when you play. I mean, I would consider this a strong PS1 game. Bonding time. The bromance continues. I would definitely, if I talk only about PS1 games I've played over the years, whether they are JRPGs, platformers, PS1 games, I would definitely put The Legend of Dragoon in a top 10. When it comes to my favorite games of all time, it does not get into a top 10. If I had to sit here and write down a top 50 games I've played, this game will probably get into probably a top 25. but that's based around on taste. You can only play this game 1,000 times a year and love it every time. I mean, as you've said, this is the game for you. I also have a game like that. A game that I can literally back-to-back 100% 5 times. Have 500 hours in it. Continuously playing it. And still going for a 6th playthrough right away. Without feeling a burnout. Not that one. Axelrod. This one. See? The first JRPG thing is something that definitely plays a role. Yup, it's an M with an Alia. Okay, we can get this creature later, I think.
Yes. Double lash.
You got Xenolate, Cornelius Reach. So here's the thing. Chrono Trigger is technically my favorite game of all time, but also because it is the very first JRPG I've played. But at this point, I think I'm probably gonna place Chrono Trigger on a category of its own. Because I have too much nostalgia for it.
Yes.
So
Double lash.
I think I could potentially pick Xenoblade Chronicles as my favorite game of all time without the nostalgia goggles on. It's the game I've played the most. Absolutely. Hoping to get a remaster of Xenosaga someday. That's gonna be very hard. Unfortunately, the Xenosaga rights are still in the hands of Namco, and they already said that they don't see Xenosaga remaster selling enough to warrant a remaster. Right, Thesia, thank you very much. First of all, thank you very much for the follow. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much for having stopped by. I hope I'll see you in the following days, since I'll be playing this until the very end. But yeah, again, have a nice rest of your day, and yeah, have a good one. Removing your nostalgia and ranking the games you played is your current project right now. You're slowly going by this nice project for you. Yeah, I probably have to sit down and write down an objective top 20. You know, without the nostalgia. I should probably do that at some point. Maybe I'm gonna do it on stream, like the top 20 games I've played from, I don't know, the mid 90s to this day. You don't think Xenosaga will sell well? The same. It could probably use Xenoblade's lags to sell a little bit more, because especially thanks to Xenoblade 2, people's interested in Cosmos. Spoilers, Cosmos is a DLC character that is available for free if you have the expansion pass as a blade. So I know there are some people out there that are interested in seeing the games Cosmos come from. But it's not gonna sell like Xenoblade. Yeah, Cosmos and Telos. You could replay any of the Phantasy Star 2 4 many times back to back and never getting sick of them. I know that Phantasy Star 4 is pretty good. Like it's a Sega Genesis classic. I know there's one Phantasy Star game that is kind of considered the black ship of the series. I don't know which one because I have zero experience with the Phantasy Star series. I know that Grayson didn't like one of those games very much. I want to say Phantasy Star 3 was the game that he had some problems with. No, get this first. That's 3, but it gets a bad rap. I see. I know there's one Phantasy Star that has a monster in a box thing towards the end that is pretty fun. Like the game is gonna give you like a boss that is basically final boss material, but in a normal chest. And I've always found that thing exhilarating. Phantasy Star 2. Man, I can't wait to get to that point. I definitely have Phantasy Star 1 on my list, because I want to play the first one first. I know there are the visual novels that are like 1 hour long, that are basically games that tell you what certain characters were doing before a certain game. Let me see the additions here. We're almost there. Charm potion. Wait. Oh, really? Oh, thank God. No poison.
Harpoon! Yes! Double lash!
Do 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 do. Yeah, this is where I wanted to go. I'm gonna get you. First, we're gonna get this. Come on. I know I can get you. Another poison guard. Awesome. We should probably equip it. No, not on you. On you and on you.
Yes! Double lash! Harpoon!
Oh, come on.
Yes! Double lash!
Was that blind? Fear? I think that's blind. Which... okay. Doesn't stick after the fight. So I'm pretty sure that I maxed out double slash, right? Or do I need to get to 100? I think level 5 is the max for every edition, right? I can switch to Volcano if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure that you only need to get to level 5 as a requirement for the last edition. Okay, now time to learn the timing for Volcano. not gonna equip the bandana. Let me see. Yeah. We're gonna sell it. Alright. Boss time. All right.
Harpoon!
That's okay.
Yes! Go! Volcano!
That went well.
Harpoon! Yes! Go! Volcano!
Attack physically now. Pick this boss, if I remember correctly, as a face where he hides inside the rocks, and we can only use magic or long-range attacks. That's good. Okay. So I'm gonna use magic now. I'm gonna guard. Have I decided what my final party composition is going to be? I don't know. I really like Rose. I think my composition in my first two playthroughs was something like Rose and Herschel and Dart. I am someone who appreciates the physical strength of Kongol. The thing is, his magic defense sucks, if I'm not mistaken, so I don't know if I'm gonna use Kongol a lot. I think Rose is probably gonna be in my party because I like her as a character. And I think she's pretty strong. Yeah, and it's definitely not gonna take part in the Faust fight. I am pretty sure, because the only thing I know about Faust is that he is a very, 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 very strong magician. So don't bring Kongol to that fight. For sure. You dead? You are. That's another thing I like about this game. What they do with the final hit. Like, they show the final hit on the boss. I don't remember if they do it on every boss fight, but the major ones, yes. I like Dart's face. Like, what the freaking hell is going on? Yeah, I like the cinematic ending to certain boss fights. Oh. I don't think there's anything here. Healing potion. Heal yourself. First circle in an edition of this playthrough. Usually you get that way earlier. Ah. No, don't do that. Only I can do that. See? What is Lavitz's situation with Harpoon? 3. All right. Since As soon as we get into Bail, we're gonna get more plot. I'm gonna save it here. I'm gonna pause the timer and we're gonna end the stream for today because it's